Today we are going to talk about the NCAA Transfer Portal, the redshirt rule, and how all of that is coming toward college football free agency, and all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today we're going to talk about the NCAA transfer rule, the redshirt rule, and how we're getting toward college football free agency. And I love it. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with the NCAA redshirt rule, what it allows for is for a college football player to play 4 games and keep its red shirt. So you can play 4 games at any time during the season and still redshirt the year. This is great for freshmen. It's great for guys that might be a little further down on the depth chart or might be playing a loaded position for that year and you want to stockpile or you want to use your 4th year to play 5, whatever it might be. But you've also seen quarterbacks in particular take great advantage of this rule when things like the famous Trevor Lawrence, Kelly Bryant situation happens, which was Kelly Bryant was starting quarterback for Clemson, and Dabo Swinney made what many thought was a bold move in taking the 5-star 2018 freshman and giving him the keys to Clemson. And what did Trevor Lawrence do except lead them to the first 15-0 season in college football history and a national championship? Kelly Bryant, on the other hand, chose the redshirt, pulled out. He's at Missouri now after going through a very high-profile transfer search, taking visits and whatnot, and could have stayed on, got a national championship ring, but that is not what he wanted. He wanted to go some way where he would play and ostensibly become a bit of a better passer because that's really why he got benched. He's not the passer that Trevor Lawrence is, but also who is. And you've seen this play out with also on Clemson's roster, Hunter Johnson, who transferred to Northwestern. He's going to play for Pat Fitzgerald. He is the odds-on favorite to start for them in 2019. And now, in January, we're seeing the full force of this rule and the transfer portal come to light. Justin Fields famously decided to go the transfer route. He's at Ohio State. Tate Martell at Ohio State went into the transfer portal. We'll find out where he went. Jalen Hurts goes into the transfer portal. We'll find out where he went. Austin Kendall just yesterday entered into the transfer portal along with 3 other Sooners. Tremonda Moore, who was dismissed from the team, looking for a place to land. Prentice McKitty, a safety, looking for a place to land. And Logan Robertson, an offensive guard, looking for a place to land. And I found this really interesting article that I would point you to if you don't subscribe to The Athletic by Bruce Feldman, where he went behind the scenes with a recruiting coordinator who basically sat with him for a little bit while they refreshed the transfer portal. And what is the transfer portal? But a database that needs to be better categorized and would be if they opened it to the public. And that's crucial there. It is not. You need a login. Logins are given ostensibly to athletic departments and probably worth some measure of Bitcoin at this point because everybody wants a peek to see who's putting their name in. Now, this is good because it gives college football players some agency in the transfer process. Notably, coaches blocking you transferring to said school because they don't want you to go there or compete against you there. And that's the big reason for why the NCAA put the transfer portal in place in October of 2018. But now that everybody knows that you're in the transfer portal because we're all pretty good at reporting on this news and getting folks to tell us what's going on, there are some other things that you need to know, which is once your name goes in there, it goes in there by a compliance officer. And it only goes in there 48 hours, give or take, after you tell your coach or an administrator that you want to transfer. And once you do that and once you go in there, the school is under no obligation to keep your scholarship for the next term or keep your spot on the roster. So, for all intents and purposes, you are on an island by yourself. Doesn't mean that you will transfer. Also means that you probably should transfer because, well, they're probably going to give you away your spot just as soon as they can because you've demonstrated you want to be elsewhere. I can't fault anybody on that, but that's the nature of what you're asking to do with this free agency deal, man. And I'm here for it because it works for the kids that it's supposed to work for. And if you're not, you're not. And not everybody in the portal is going to get picked up. As a matter of fact, in the article, There were nearly 600 kids in the transfer portal, and not all of them are FBS. Some of them are Division II. Some of them come from schools that I'm sure you have never heard of. Others are Notre Dame's Brandon Wimbush. So you kind of have to sift through there by conference and see what you see. And not everybody is going in through the Power 5 and going, okay, which high-profile recruit would I want to go have a chat with, because that's the other reason this thing was invented, and not necessarily go to the WAC and say, I wonder who had 97 receptions and 52 touchdowns. It's not really what it's for. But I thought that this would be a good jumping off point to continue to have conversations into the future about what the NCAA Transfer Portal is, how it's supposed to operate, and what it is actually operating like, because how it was supposed to go down ain't necessarily how it is going down. And I'm sure we're all going to have more things to say about this as this thing gets a little bit better broken in. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.